wish I could do that, but I can't. I'm just not artistic. I have really bad handwriting. I'm not creative. Does that sound familiar? I've heard that a lot when people see my hand lettering. My initial reaction is, yes, you can do it. I started from nothing. You just have to practice and believe in yourself. But actually, I've been thinking more about it, and no, you can't. You can't do it like me. And there's no reason you should do it like me. But you can do it like you if you can find a way to believe in yourself. And for that, you may need some creative mojo. So what is creative mojo? Well, it's your power or energy around your creativity. If you have no motivation to letter or it doesn't feel as exciting as it used to, you may have lost your mojo. I've been there. In this video, I'm going to share 5 children's books to get your creative mojo back. You may not have time to do a lot for your creativity, but these children's books can be read in under 5 minutes and they really pack a punch. The first one is by Peter H. Reynolds. It's called Sky Color. This book is about a girl who believes that she's an artist and that everyone is an artist. Her class gets to paint a mural for the library, and she chooses to paint the sky. But when she looks through the paint, there's no blue paint. She wonders how she is going to paint the sky without blue. And she watches the sky change colors throughout the day, and she's thinking, how's she going to do this? She gets an idea that she's really excited about, and she starts mixing the paints, and she makes a new color. A boy asks, what color is that? And she says, that is sky color. This book is a good reminder to work with what we have. We can all be an artist if we believe in ourselves and use what we have. She didn't have blue paint to paint the sky, but she found a way around it. We might not have good handwriting, or maybe we didn't go to school to learn about art. Maybe we haven't ever used our creativity very much, or maybe we don't have the budget to buy the fancy art supplies. But we can still create something beautiful with exactly what we have and exactly at the skill level we're at. This next one is called The Magical Yet by Angela DiTerlizzi. This book is so beautiful. It says, there are days your dreams haven't come true, or you're upset by the things you can't do. You're ready to quit, like the shiny new bike you couldn't ride, and now you won't ride ever again. Don't give up now. There's someone to show you how good you can get. The magical yet. Because of the yet's magic, there are so many things you've learned to do. Yet is a dreamer, a hoper, a trier, a maker, a doer, a gotta fly higher. Yet finds a way even when you don't. And yet knows you will when you think you won't. Yet is on your side. Yet doesn't mind fixes, flops, do-overs, stumbles, and stops. Yet knows there's mistakes and you'll get through them all. You can't do it all overnight. Some things take days, months, or years to get right. Be patient. But if you keep leaping, dreaming, wishing, waiting, learning, trying, missing, with yet as your guide, you'll do all the things you can't today. With yet, you can get where you want to be. Yet grows with you, so no matter how big you get, you'll never outgrow it. You can always believe in the magic of yet. I love that this book takes us in our moments of feeling like a failure. We're never going to get as good as we want to be. And this reminds us of yet. We're not good at it today, but how do we get good at it? Over months and years of gradual practice. And that is the magic of yet. So next time we say, I can't do that, maybe try also adding yet. This next one is called The Night Gardener by the Fan Brothers. This book is about a boy who lives in a sad little town, and one day a tree shaped like an owl appears overnight. The next day there's a new tree animal, and each day something new. And something started happening to the people in this town. One night the boy spots the creator of the trees and he follows him into a park. The man shows him how to make the animals in the trees, and they create a masterpiece. Over time, the seasons change and there's no evidence of the night gardener, but the people of the small town were never the same, and neither was that boy. The end of the book is in full color, whereas at the beginning there was no color. This reminded me, a couple years ago, I got a comment that basically said, what's the point? In more words than that. I've thought about that a lot because at the time I had an easy response about how my handlettering helps me process emotions. I love having a tangible creative practice, helps me feel more like myself. But then I went through some burnout and life changes that made me actually question myself. What is the point? As I read this children's book, I had a realization. The point is that it makes me happy. Creating helps me believe in myself. It helps me get through the hard stuff of life that I really don't like. When I believe in myself, I feel like my best self, which means I can show up in my life in those hard stuff. Believing in myself while I create reminds me of all the reasons I love to be alive. Yes, there's a lot of hard stuff, but also there is a lot of good about being alive. It's all about self-discovery. When I create, I'm discovering myself and how capable and interesting and fascinating and amazing I am. I have a purpose. When you share your unique creativity with others, it makes a difference. We can't solve all the world's problems, but we can make a difference for those around us because those around you need your creativity and no one else can be you. You never know who will be inspired by your creativity and your art, however your art looks like. And even if the person being inspired is you, that's enough right there. This next book is called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. This book is about a girl who is mad because she just can't draw. Her teacher says, just make a mark and see where it takes you. In her anger, she gave the paper a strong jab and said, there. Her teacher said, now sign it. The girl came to class the next day surprised that her teacher had framed her dot. She decided that she could make a better dot than that, so she started painting all kinds of dots. She experimented with every single style of dot. All of her dots ended up being in the school art show. A little boy told her that she is a really great artist and he wishes he could draw, but he can't even draw a straight line. The girl gave him a paper and said, show me. After he drew a line, she said, now sign it. This goes back to what I was saying about how everyone can be an artist if you believe in yourself. The teacher said, just make a mark and see where it takes you. And I thought, yes, everyone can be an artist. But then I thought, false. Not everyone can be an artist because not everyone can take that step to just make a mark. Just believe in yourself enough to make a mark. Everyone can be creative. But some people just don't believe that. Or maybe it's been squished out by what others have said all through your life. So if you're watching this, if you're choosing to believe in yourself and your creativity, you are an artist right now. As you keep showing up for yourself and your creativity, you will be able to see yourself as an artist. But it starts with believing in yourself. And very few people can even get to that point. We don't all want to create in the same medium. But I think we all have a desire to create, whether that's hand lettering, watercolor, journaling, baking, maybe the way you create in your job or with your family, the way you show up in the world, any of those things, you can be an artist in that. Will you be a famous artist? Probably not. Will you make money with your art? Maybe not a full-time income. Will you be successful? Well, define success. Maybe it's not about fame or money. Are you making a difference to those close to you? Do you feel like your best self? Are you happy? You can be successful and famous to the people close to you in your life by showing up for yourself and in turn showing up for those around you. And this book, my personal favorite, is called 1,000 No's by DJ Corkin and illustrated by Dan Doherty. I was reading this book to my daughter at bedtime one night and it made me tear up because it described exactly how I had been feeling. It's about a girl who has a great idea, but that's when she got her first no. It was heavy and kind of hurt, but she thought she could handle one no, but then she got a second no, and she tried to stop them, but the no's got inside her idea. And then she starts getting more and more no's. She realized she needed help, but it was her idea, so she didn't like the idea of someone helping with her idea. But this called for drastic measures. No after no came. Some made her idea harder and some made it easier. And she started to get curious about what her idea would end up looking like and decided it would be fun for everyone to add more no's to grow and change her idea. On the 1,000th no, she looked at her great idea and it didn't look anything like it had before, but she was okay with that. And look at the beautiful yes filled with no's. She found a way to use her no's to create something amazing. Even though she kept getting knocked down and it was hard and heavy and didn't feel good, she kept believing in her idea against all odds. And she turned it into something totally different from what she first imagined, but it was even better. When I read this book, I'd been feeling like no's were coming at me from every direction, and I kept getting knocked down in my creativity. I had gone through years of desperately searching for my creative mojo, and I had to let go of a lot of expectations I had for myself. By letting go, I was able to come back to myself, and because I did that, I now feel like I have more to share with others again. I haven't had the mojo to share for such a long time, so it feels a little bit clunky to come back, but slowly I'm working on it, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself to do it faster or in any certain way. These books really helped me to feel like I have got a little spark of that creative mojo, but is it the solution to everything? Probably not, but I hope they helped you today. And you know, when you show up in the world as you, it allows others to feel like they can show up as themselves. So please remember, you can't do it like me, but you can do it like you. And I can't wait to see what that looks like.